to a new episode of Business Meets Life. It is Sunday. We are here in beautiful Australia with amazing Matthew Jones. Today's podcast episode is called What's Workers and Wisdom: How Solar AI and Smart Deals Are Rewiring Modern Business. Now, this amazing gentleman in front of me, Matthew Jones, you might be asking, who is he? He is a self-made serial entrepreneur and a #1 best-selling author specializing in electrical, solar, workforce solutions, and AI services. As the founder of MJJS Solar and Electrics and co-founder of Specific Solutions, he drives smart business growth by integrating AI with mergers and acquisitions. Partner with JT Fox, Matthew empowers companies to save money, scale efficiently, and unlock new opportunities through innovative technology and strategic leadership. Matthew, you've just gotten back from China. I've seen some amazing video material on your social media. How was your China trip?
China, thanks for having me on me first, Janine. Thank you. But yeah, the China trip was very interesting. It was a place where I would definitely visit again. Really blown away by the people, like the safety of the place for one, and the so far advanced they are in technology than we are. Like they are so far in front of us. The quality, the things that you can do over there, to be on the Great Wall of China and FaceTime your kids on the Great Wall of China was pretty special. To be actually on that physically the Great Wall of China and FaceTiming your family. So that was pretty,
Wow.
that was a really good experience. But just going to the factory tour, seeing the factory firsthand, where the products that we sell and we install every day, and seeing the quality of how they're made, that was really eye opening as well. So we done a little bit of how can you say, holidaying as well by a few days here, a bit of sightseeing, seeing some really old sites. So looking at seeing places 2,000 years old, pretty mind blowing, and then also seeing the new factory where we get a lot of our products from, which has been recently built, which was really great.
Amazing. I mean, you've been working with Chinese and China for such a long time now. And I've lived in China for 8.5 years. Like, when you look at it on before going to China, and maybe like the stereotypes or maybe prejudices or ideas about the country and the people that you have in mind versus when you actually see it, was it exactly the same, or were you actually, did you get different experiences?
It was completely different. Like, it was a very safe place. Like, we really felt safe. Like, my wife was out. I had to go to do some work stuff, and she went out at 10 o'clock at night to get a drink, and she felt completely safe. It was a very safe community. And we're right in the middle of Shanghai at one stage. Shanghai,
Hmm.
Beijing, Xi'an, we visited. So it was very safe. It was very crazy in regards to the traffic, as you know. That was a bit of eye opening what it is, but it was going on the bullet train was another great experience. How fast that travels, and the experiences was really good. But just having the culture of the different people over that was really, to be able to experience something that's 2,000 years old and 1,000 years old. That was pretty special. I thought, to be able to have that part of the culture was
Thank
really good.
you. I'm happy to hear that. I mean, especially because Australia is more or less still like a younger country, depending on how you
Very
look at
much.
it, right?
Yeah, very much.
But let's talk a little bit more about the entrepreneurial journey of yours, Matt. So, you didn't inherit a business empire. You actually built that empire from scratch. What was the moment you realized you were actually doing something extraordinary?
Well, it starts. I'll go back a little bit pre-business. I got retrenched 3 times from roles in my life, and I had a job straight away each time. But the third time, I went, you know what? I'm going to take my own. I want to take my own life, my own destiny into my own hands. So that's the reason MJ started. Well, I had MJ's going, but it wasn't doing anything. So once that happened, I got retrenched for the third time. I said, it's going to be my own destiny, to be my own hands. And I started really pushing my in business entrepreneurship. That was probably around about 14 years ago, 15 years ago. And since then, it's just
Mhm.
gone more and more and more. And the reason that I realized I'm doing something special is when you can, I guess you're talking to people, you're helping solve their problems. You're helping solve their problems and be around. Like, energy is a big source. It's a big issue in Australia. It's very costly. And when you can help people not spend money on energy and spend money on their lifestyle to make their life better, be that for going on a holiday, spending it on with their family, doing other, whatever they need to do with that money, That's special and that's helpful. It's really nice to be able to get that feedback, and we get that a lot now about how much money people have saved on their system. Their system's been in for 5 or 6 years and it's already paid for itself. Hearing that, so then people are now saving a lot of money, which is great. They can use that beneficial. That's been really a really good thing for me to be able to have that information from them people and be able to give back. We're very big on giving back to communities as well. We do a lot of sponsorship around community sports all around our areas. I'm a big fan of giving things back. It's not about take, take, take. It's also about giving a
Yeah.
lot of things back to a lot of it going back to the communities, children's sports and things.
I really love how you mentioned, yeah, you want to take your own destiny in your own hands. And when you were just saying, yeah, better spend the money on your lifestyle instead of energy, I'm like, where do I have to sign? I'm in. I want to be your client.
Exactly, exactly, exactly. So.
So, solar and electrics is a very tough and trade heavy industry. What made you believe you could not just compete, but actually really dominate?
The reason I believe that's happening is because of the people that you are. You want to be able to give people the right experience and how you would want it. You got to be honest with people. You don't want to over deliver. I mean, under deliver and over promise. You don't want to do that, and that's what big thing our business has always done. And we're just honest people, honest company, and going. We may have issues. We've got apprentices working for us. Like we have a first year apprentice, a third year apprentice, fourth year apprentices, multiple good humans working for us. Whenever you have humans, you're going to have a problem. If you say your company's never have an issue when you've got employees, you're lying, because we all have issues from time to time. It's how you handle them afterwards. So a big
Yeah.
thing about our business is, yeah, there's a lot of companies out there do exactly like I do, solar, electrical out there. You know what I mean? But are they going to be around after they're finished? The time they've put that last panel down, the time they've wired that last battery up, are they going to be there next week that has an issue? Because it's electrical. We've all had electrical things in our life. Things play up, whether they come under warranty or not. Things fail. Things might internet not work, firmware stop working, so things stop working. But is that company going to be around afterwards? We're very big on that. We've decided to bring in monitoring where we have a paid monitoring system now, which people getting alerted very quickly. They'll get alerts if there's an issue to their system, but not only do they get alerted, but we get alerted as the installer. So they know you as a business owner or a homeowner, your system's tripped out because of a person's come and serviced your air conditioner, forgot to turn it back on. And the next day, it's made an alarm to say it's not making any power. And the house, and so we get an alert, and the client gets an alert, so we know to fix it straight away. Now,
Yeah.
other company, the house next door does that to them, and they don't get alert. They find out in their bills 3 months later. So we're really big on trying to do what's next for our clients. Very big on the
Yeah.
innovation side of things.
I mean, you've told me you had three kids, like 16, 18, 22. They're kind of grown up. And you have mentioned that even your oldest son was somehow working with you. And then I was very surprised when you said you kind of like kicked him out. Like, what was the intention behind it? I mean, that sounds more drastic than it was, right?
100%, 100%. That's a little bit drastic. It was in a controlled environment. He was an apprentice with us. He finished, he's done his time, and he was always about, you need to go and work for somebody else. Go and learn some life skills about not working for dad. So that's what he's
Mm,
done. So he's in a process now of working for other people. So therefore, when he may come back to the business, but he needs to go out. He's a qualified tradesperson with experience. Now he can go work for somebody else and potentially can come back in the future. But I need him to go to learn what it's like as a young person, work for somebody else, see what that's like, and then potentially come back to dad's business. You know what I mean? So and it's been challenging. A bit hard for him, a bit hard for me, but that's a part of life. So as a business owner and a father, you have to deal with that. So it's going to be good for him to help grow and for his own personal growth.
mhm.
So I think that's been really good for him.
So yesterday I had a lady, she is writing like autobiographies of multi-generational business owners, like family businesses here in Australia and Sydney. And I was wondering, have you considered, or is that one of your goals, because you own several companies in different industries, that your kids one day will inherit or be running your companies?
It's not my goal. My goal would be assist my children in what their goals are. Now, if they come to me and showed some initiate some they want to be involved in my companies. If they come and actually say that to me and want that to happen, 100% I will help them. But I want
Mhm.
them to be able to do that. So I don't want to push them. to say, you must come into my business. No, you don't come into my business. So go and look around. Then if you decide to come back in 2 years' time, like my oldest son says, Dad, I'd like to be involved in the business. Great, let's sit down and talk. How can we make that happen? But if he decides to go somewhere else and not decide that, I'll be okay with that as well. And I'll be able to help him in that way. Same with my daughter when she finishes university. She's going down to be a teacher. Will she be a teacher for the rest of her life? Who knows? She's going down that path. I'll help her be whatever she wants to do. And if my children want to be a part of the business, I'll allow that to happen. So hence the reason we talk about mergers and acquisitions for businesses in the future, because you never know what's going to happen. The last thing I want to do is make my family be involved in a business they're not 100% love, or they think they have to do it. So I want them to be involved. If they want to show, if they want to be involved, 100% will help them. And if they don't want to be involved, 100% I'll be able to assist them in other ways. Does that kind of make sense a little bit?
Absolutely, yeah. And I think it also tells a lot about the person who you are. It helps us to better understand like how you think, how you tick, not just in your business, but also in your family life. So you have also become a #1 best-selling author. What truth did you put in that book that most business leaders are too afraid to say?
The book was all about how homeowners can make money with their solar system. People always think of a solar system and a battery system. I save money, but our world is changing in industry over here in Australia. The world is changing in regards to energy use. We've got AI coming, which is massive data use. So power is more and more expensive. It's going to get more and more expensive. Now, if you design the system right battery system, right solar system, you can actually make money for your power, because power at certain times of the day will go very expensive. It can go very cheap. During the middle of the day when the sun's shining bright, power, if you're on a certain plan, it may cost you money to send it back to the grid. Hence the reason you fill your battery up. But come night time, when the power is very expensive, you may be able to sell your power. And there's certain issues, there's certain times that will happen in the industry when wholesale power prices go through the roof. Now that happens because there's storms, because one of the power stations tripped out. There's just not enough power on our grid. So it's the power spot price goes through the roof. Now, this may happen for 15 minutes, an hour, and you can get some really good amount of money. And you have a system sitting in the background that can do that. That can enhance the way your system is paid off so quickly, can actually start making you money after 2 or 3 years. And we've got clients doing that right now. So that was what the book was about. It's about changing that mindset about solar is not just for saving you money. It can also be for making you money as an investment in an asset.
So I don't mean to talk politics or anything, but I still would love to ask this question. Um, Now, with the war happening between Iran and the US, and I mean, many countries face like the high prices for gas. Does it also have some kind of effect on your business?
100%. Everyone's going to be affected. In Australia, fuel is the biggest thing that's going to affect people straight away. Like, we have 7 tradespeople out and rolling around in cars. We have 2 sales guys out every day in vehicles talking to people. We have apprentices and labourers driving around with trucks with gear. So straight away, the fuel is going to be a cost. Plus, getting the gear to us, it all comes from overseas, our products. We do have some products from Australia, but 90% of the products come from overseas. So that's a big cost for us straight away. We're trying to bear that alone, and we're seeing the energy price for electricity again increase. Like, I don't like to get into politics too much, but people say that they always preach about the power prices coming down, but it just keeps increasing. And I see it going up again. Like, I see with the data centers coming to Australia, they draw so much power. We don't have enough power as it is at certain times. So the data centers are going to come in and draw more power than we have. So how are we going to supply that? So they're going to need a lot of power. So it's going to be interesting to see how we move. And I think the best people can do from home is become self-sufficient and not worry about the grid. Hence the reason you put a battery and a solar panel system in, and you become self-sufficient, and you're not relying on what happens outside the grid, and you're actually locking your power in for the next 10 years. Your power price stays the same because you're self-sufficient. So that's what we're seeing. That's how I see it affecting us, everybody, especially
That sounds good. Now, in all the different businesses you have, how many employees do you have?
all up at the present moment. We're probably around about that 55 to 60 employees across the companies.
Okay.
Has been
Well done.
higher, has been higher, has been lower. So it is what it is. We are in a bit of a growth phase with MJs at the present moment. We've just had some hiring. due to on the back of government rebates is one thing, but just also mindset changes in myself personally as a business owner, how my mindset's grown, especially in the last 12 to 18 months. It's really changed my whole
Tell
mindset.
me a bit more on how was your mindset before? What exactly made it change and why did you have to change?
Well, I would say it's probably 18 months ago, 2 years ago, business struggled. We went through a bit of a downturn, like all businesses go through downturns. And I had to have a really hard look at the business and go, what can I do to make it more viable, more economic? And I looked into myself, and I needed some help. I really needed. One thing was I needed some help from people. And I'm a business owner. I'm a tradesperson. Grown up from a single man band, working by myself out of my garage with solar panels in my garage by myself, to owning 2 workshops plus three businesses, multiple locations. And during that whole time of that growth, I never had any advisors. I never had any coaches. I never had any mentors. So I reached back and I lied there and I'm going, I can't do this alone. So I reached out and got some coaching, and that has been the main game changer. And it's not the ability, I can say, of having a coach, it's the ability of having the mindset of being able to be coached. Like, there's no use having a coach tell you what to do if you don't listen to them. It doesn't matter in sports or anything we do in life. If someone tells you to do it and you're not willing to do it, you need to have the mindset to say, yes, I can do that, and have that. And that's changed everything for me. So it's changed the way we do business. It's brought new ideas. It's changed my strategic thinking to bring more ideas in the business, and it's increased a hell of a lot since then. So massive changes. So
As the Australians say, good on you.
yeah.
Thanks for sharing. Yeah, so coaching can really be a game changer. And as you just mentioned, now you're growing, hiring more people. Let's switch a little bit more towards the topic of AI, scaling, and also innovation. So most small business owners, and especially in Australia, but I mean also in the US, we have tons of like these tradie businesses. So they might hear AI and they might freeze. For some people, they have no idea at all. It might be a little bit scary. I mean, the news is always like also emphasizing everyone's going to get replaced and a lot of negative implications. How do you make it actually practical and profitable, not just theoretical?
Well, there's a couple of ways we're doing so. One way we use an AI, I'll bring it back to normal businesses. Every business, you can have AI sitting in the background if you have a solar and a battery system set up in your property, okay, on a business. Most businesses have a solar, some have batteries, some don't have that. They just have power coming in. It's having AI look at what your usage is every day, looking at the weather patterns, looking how much solar's producing, looking how much battery power you got. Look at your heavy loads and when can I run them loads? When can I not run them loads? Does it affect production? Doesn't affect production in your business? So you can have AI look at all those things and make a decision instantaneously to say power's cheap at the moment. Let's drive the air conditioner down 3 degrees. Let's put our freezers, instead of having our freezers at -8 degrees, let's drive them down to -15. So when the power price goes back up, which is going to go up in another 4 hours' time, we put the set points back where they are, and it saves power usage. So that's the thing that AI is doing right now. And it happens automatically. And there's no use, you want it so it happens automatically day in, day out. That's a practical way that business owners can have AI straight away save their business. And we're also seeing it as a business from a strategic part where I'm an AI partner in an AI agency, one of the biggest agencies in the world. It's about how you bring AI into your company, and now it's more of an operating system into your own business. It's about strategic partnerships, people who can give you the guidance within your business, your AI executive team. So it can advise you on how to advises you like a coach 24/7. It can help you with making decisions, strategic decisions straight away. And it's not generic AI, it's not generic answers. It gives you specific answers in regards to CEOs, in regards to sales. It helps you with sales straight away. It helps you with marketing and branding. And it gives you answers straight away. You can bounce them off and give you a plan you can implement straight away. So that's what's led me down the path to AI, from learning innovation about going what's next is learning the AI going down to how can I put it into my business now to be able to sell it to other business owners and other executives. So
It was actually this morning. I was in a gym. I was speaking to a lawyer on how he uses AI, and I was telling him exactly about the solution that you are also providing. I'm using it myself. I'm a really big fan of it. And he's a lawyer, so he told me on how good AI can be. Nowadays, of course, also like there's like some limitations. And I was just saying that I think we're most afraid on like data, especially with Germans also, when it comes to like sensitive data and the solution that you're providing. I think they even said that you cannot even access the data, even like with a case from like if the court wanted to get access to it, compared to like OpenAI or maybe Anthropic. I guess they
Yes.
could access it if they needed to, but with the solution you have, it's not possible, right?
Yeah, it's very big on the privacy side of thing. It's they can't normal AI, open AI out there, it learns off your data. It wants your data. And if you listen to some of the big pioneers in the world, the Mark Cubans, they're talking about AI, how it needs generic AI people to learn from it to make it better. It's learning, it's it's an LLM, it's a language learning model. Now it's wanting to
Mhm.
learn off everybody's data that they're putting in there. Now the AI we have, it doesn't learn off your data. The whole AI, it does not make the whole everyone else's AI smarter because of what you put into it. So your privacy is utmost one of the 100% safe. And then there's even another mode where it doesn't even remember what you put in it for that day, for that one instance. So you can put anything you want there and it's gone straight away. So there's no memory at all. So, but it doesn't learn. The big thing is compared to the AI that we use, compared to the generic AI, it doesn't learn. So therefore the data is 100% safe, which is a big
Mm.
thing in this day and age because you don't know. And that you don't want your data being put in there, especially business owners, putting numbers, putting financial things in there. You don't want that to be any chance of that to get out in the open at all. It's 100% one of our main focuses.
Absolutely. And fun fact for everyone who's listening, by the way, guys, if you love the session with Matt Jones so far, please subscribe to Business Meets Live, leave a like, send us your questions now. We're going to be live for a couple more minutes. Okay, how did I meet Matt actually? That is a fun story. So we met not in Australia, but I think the first time at least that we really spoke, it was in Los Angeles in November in the gym around 5 o'clock in the morning. Is that right?
Yeah, that's correct. Yes. Both out of bed early, do a bit of exercise, get the sweat up. So, yeah, that's exactly right. That's
How
all we met.
often do you like exercise per week?
Well, I've changed again since the coaching come involved. It's about changing that whole mindset. And what's really worked for me is owning your mornings. It's really owning your mornings. Now, I'll go through my morning routine, and it doesn't. You've got to try and make your morning routine for anyone out there to make it work for your own life. Now, mine out of bed
Hmm.
early, usually out of bed before 5 o'clock. So I like to be sweating by 5 o'clock and do some exercise. Now, depending on what you're doing that day, you may exercise any time from 20 minutes to an hour, depending on what you got to do. Sometimes I have to be somewhere at 6 o'clock for a meeting or 6:30 for a meeting. So you got to scale it back a bit. But if it's a normal day to day, I'll be out of bed. I'm sweating for at least 30 minutes. I have a nice sweat. While I'm doing that sweating, I've got a podcast and I'm brain feeding at the same time. I'm trying to make myself smarter. Listen to a podcast, listen to an audio book, practicing something I'm listening to. So I'm making myself, but that starts my day. I'm sweating. That's great. As soon as I finish that,
Hmm.
I'm off. I've done the exercise. I then like to sit and think for like that 10 to 15 minutes about what can I do for that day to make my businesses better, strategically thinking. What can I do in that regards? What are the one
Hmm.
thing I can change for that one day that's going to help? What can I implement? That's a part of what I like to do. While when I finish then I like to do a bit of meditation for probably 5 to 10 minutes, maybe a little bit more if I can, just to clear my head, have some gratitude about what you own from a personal perspective, just show a bit of gratitude. That always brings
Hmm.
you back down and humbles a person, I believe. From then, I would go from there to having my shower, having my breakfast, and starting my day. Now, when I start my day at work, I don't go straight into the emails and start diving into everyone else's problems. I like to look at, I've got two lists, a transactional list and a transformational list. My transformational list is the one I like to work on early when my brain power is high. So I'll work on that for 2 hours before I even look at my emails or look at my phone. And they're the things that's going to make the needle going to move. And that list is already done from the day before. So before you finish work, you work out your list the next day, and go, what's the priority? What's number one? What's number two? What's number three? And you work through that. I like to spend my mornings on that. Then after that, I would like to spend time on transactional, because as business owners, we're all got transactional items we have to deal with. We've all got employees we have to deal with and things we have to deal with. So I try and work on that afterwards. Does that kind of make sense a little bit? And that to me gives me the energy I need for the day. And when I do that, I find myself a better person, a better human, a better father, a better business owner, a better husband. And I find sometimes you go off the beaten track a little bit because you get busy and certain you're away, you're not home, you're traveling. But I always find if you can go back to that one routine in the morning, that fixes me and puts me back on the right steady way I need to go.
Amazing. Thank you so much for sharing. I hope every one of the listeners who just took notes like me, step by step, his morning routine. So I'm a member of this business club here in Sydney. It's called 33. So I am surrounded by outstanding business owners like you every single day. And funnily, especially the Australians, I have to say, they seem to exercise much more than all the other business owners like I've met abroad. I think this also goes a bit back to the culture and also this early bird culture, especially here in Sydney and different places in Australia I've seen. Very impressive. Meditation, gratitude. I actually joined a meditation class this morning in my gym. So thanks for sharing. Let's go back to AI. You nowadays blend AI with mergers and acquisitions. That's like a bold combination. Walk us through how that works in the real world.
Well, how it works is you're talking about the AI chatbots that's out there, and everybody's using them, and they're pretty much useless. They cause a lot of dramas, more so than I think anything get better. If you can get your AI yourself as a first thing as a business owner, if you can AI yourself, then bring the AI employees to come afterwards to do that work. Then if you're looking at mergers and acquisitions, if you're going to a company that has got no idea about AI, has got no processes into place, so if you can go and do a merger or an acquisition or roll up of another company that hasn't got any of that, and you bring them under your banner, or you go under their banners, but you bring all the processes in place with, especially with the AI, you're going to drop their operating costs straight away. So therefore, you're going to save more money in that and make that business more profitable straight just by the processes, little processes that you're bringing in. For example, phone system. We're just about to bring a phone system in with our own business, where every phone call is recorded by all my sales team, by all my tradespeople, by all my office staff. It's automatically recorded and automatically assigned to that client. So when Janine rings up talking about her solar system, would like a solar system, she talks to the girl in the office. It's recorded and it's attached to your file. Then the salesperson goes to that person and gives them a call. Again, it's recorded and attached to the file and put back into there. And we can learn from that as a business owner straight away about where are we doing good things and where can we improve? What can we do better? If we've missed out on a few sales because we weren't doing what was best for the client, we're trying to push what we want to do more so than what the client actually needed, and we missed out in a sale, we can look at that straight away because AI is going to review that and give us the feedback straight away, and that happens instantaneous. That's a big thing straight away, which I'm seeing happen. And it's phenomenal how that can happen so quickly. And you go and talk to your salespeople about the sales, they might have had 10 phone calls, they're not going to remember them all. But when it's automatically recorded, transcribed, and put straight in the client's file, and also in regards to when a client rings up and says they might have talked to 6 different solar companies, 6 different things, and they've gone with us, then they said we could do something, but it wasn't. It was one of the other companies. This happens regularly. Now we have a transcribe of our conversations to go, here's a transcribe of the conversation we had on this date. Here's exactly what we said, and you can supply it to them and go, here, we're only honest. We wouldn't say that if we couldn't do it. Oh, then you're showing integrity, you're showing honesty, and the client's happy again. So I see that's a big thing for businesses to be able to bring in straight away. That's going to help save money. Before the employees come, and the employees are coming, and some people out there say they already have them, but are they working properly? You need to have a good employee in any business needs to be trained. No different with AI. You can't expect AI just to come in your business and do everything. You have to train it. It's no different with that. No different with AI today.
And I feel like big companies, I come from corporate as well before I became an entrepreneur 8.5 years ago, but Big companies may have done this earlier, but now there's like all these affordable solutions, even for smaller businesses. That's why it's so good to partner up with you to get these things done. What's the single biggest way companies waste money that AI can fix? And why aren't more businesses doing it yet?
The single biggest thing is not having the information to make strategic decisions straight away. We take
Mhm.
time. We go, well, I need to talk to a CEO about that. I need to talk to my accountant about that. I need to talk to the legal about that. Now, that there straight away in that conversation, if you've got to talk to those three people, that may take you a month. And how much is it going to cost you to talk to your accountant, to talk to your attorney?
Right.
You can make that decision within 10 minutes and have the answer for you. Then you can run your decision past them. So straight away, that can save you money straight away. Is it a bad hire? I'm not sure. Is it a bad decision? Is it I'm going to have start a business? Not I'm going to have a new arm to my business. I can run that whole business model through my AI straight away and give me a strategic decision straight away, without having to go and ask third parties and have all the decisions and give you feedback straight away, going, yes, that's a great idea, or no, it's not, or it could be a great idea, but you have to
Yeah.
do steps A, B, C, and D. That's the biggest thing straight away, where AI can save business owners money from the day one.
And that's something that we can also learn from the Chinese, that speed of implementation, right? But
Yep.
now you have affordable and high quality solutions available that can really be a game changer for those businesses. So well done. Okay, now what do business owners fundamentally misunderstand about solar, and how much money are they leaving on the table because of it? Do you have any numbers even for us? I'm not
Well,
sure.
I can probably run a few in regards to business. We'll talk about commercial owners straight away.
Okay.
And commercial owners are very much ROI. We want to see our ROI in our business. Now, solar in our industry in Australia, business owners have been great at been putting it on, but they put it on, they forget about it. They don't even know it even works. So you've got a system.
Mm,
We've got systems out there saving clients $50,000 a year, and there's clients out there with exactly the same system saving them nothing because it's not working because they don't know. The biggest thing
mm,
they miss out on is who's monitoring it. Who's looking after it? Straight away, got no one. So we've designed a program, smart solar monitoring, where we can monitor anyone's system in Australia, anyone in the world. And if it trips out, the owner gets a message straight away, or his operations manager, or his girl in the office, plus his installation company. Now that doesn't have to be
mm.
locally here, where I'm locally based here in the Central Coast, Newcastle, Hunter Valley area. That can be anywhere in Australia, or anywhere in the world. So straight away, as a business owner, you know your system has stopped. It's got a fault. I've been notified, and my installation company, is notified straight away. Now, if you're talking saving yourself $50,000, $2,000 to $3,000 a month, you want that system
Mm,
working back quick as possible, because we go to so many systems that's out there, they're not even on. They don't even work in the company. They go, the bills are just creeped up, and they just think it's bill creep. Oh, power prices have gone up, but you've got a system that's not even working. That's the biggest single most thing business owners leave. They put a system in, and it gets forgotten about. Like that alone, and re-looking at your energy tariffs is another big one. We've got clients out there we don't even
mm.
have to do anything for. We don't make a sale. We don't put in solar panels in or a battery in. We just get their bills reviewed in regards to their energy tariffs, and the client save. We had a client the other day, and I'll give you some numbers. 5 car washes save $13,500 per annum on electricity costs. We haven't
Oh,
installed
wow.
we didn't install a solar panel or a battery. Just put all of these bills in together under one roof and save $13,500 for that business.
Wow.
Just by putting his bills across and having another look at what's on there in the market. That's the second biggest thing business owners forget about. They've been with an energy plan for the last 10 years. Things change. You need to test, and we've got a system where we do that as well. You come to us, you give us your bills, we sign the form, it goes out to the broker, and you find out, does it save you money or it doesn't save you money.
Yeah.
And it's a great way to know, am I on the best plan? Because as business owners, we don't have time to go, am I paying the cheapest in electricity? There's so many different people out there to try. It's another service that we've brought in for help our business owners. Two biggest things
Mm,
straight away, you can save money straight away. And one of them, you don't even have to spend anything.
yeah. Thanks for sharing. I mean, these numbers are very they speak for itself, right? Back
100%
in
they do.
China, I actually worked with EcoFlow and Jinko Solar. I mean, more like in the marketing and training perspective. I worked with their staff. Let's switch the topic and go a bit further into partnerships, strategy, maybe growth. Um, You've partnered with JT Fox. I know you're also partner of one of the world's biggest AI marketing or like agencies nowadays. JT is one of the world's biggest top like business, wealth coaches, serial entrepreneur. What do most people get wrong about strategic partnerships?
What they get wrong is, I believe, is it's got to be a two-way street. A partnership, on any partnership, has got to be a two-way street. And you've got to be able to bounce off your partners. There's no use having two really good left brain partners together. You need to
Mm,
have a good right brain and a good left brain person together. That way they work.
mm,
You don't want two people to be really good at one thing and really bad at another. So your partnerships have got to work in that regards. That part straight away. But as a partner in any partnerships, it's got to be fair. You've got to be on the same level. And if you're not, and sometimes things go, I've got a business partner, one of my companies, and sometimes we kind of drift apart. It's about getting back together and getting back on the same page. We're humans, it
mhm.
happens. We get busy in life. So they're the biggest things about strategic partnerships. Now, if you're talking directly with strategic, it's about how can that assist your business that you're going to be in a partnership and assist that other person. So if you both come
Mhm.
together and have a strategic goal and align with that goal, then you can move forward and everyone can be profitable and happy and better in business with a strategic
Yeah,
partnership.
yeah.
And
I mean, sorry, go ahead.
no, it's just about and when you're partnering with someone like them successful entrepreneurs, it's about learning what they do as well. And a part of it's a journey. You're learning along the way. You're learning different things about how they operate within business, and you can go, well, how do I apply that in my own? And always think about how can I learn. Listen, learn, execute is one of the biggest things I like to say is listen, learn, then execute. So you can
Listen,
all,
learn, then execute.
well, we all can go to places and listen and watch, but you don't execute. The biggest thing is execute. Like you said before, you said the speed of implementation, how things happen quick. Like in China, really things happen really, really quick.
Mhm.
So I think that's a big thing that Australians can take, or any business owner can take that on board is listen, learn, and execute.
Yeah. Speed of implementation, as JT always
That's all
says,
it's about.
right? If someone handed you a struggling business tomorrow, what are the first three moves you make to turn it around?
The first three things you're going to do is going to have look, what's that business about? Where are your competitors? A lot of people don't. What's my competitors? What is that business? First thing I'm going to do is some strategic. I want to know what the competitors are doing. Again, as we go back to AI, where before we'd have to search the internet, would Google, would take hours and hours to do that, to go and search what our competitors doing. Now with AI, it's done within minutes. So within minutes, you can have, and I've done this for clients, gone and searched all their competitors in their local area, then all their competitors nationally, then all the competitors internationally, then put it back into our own AI and go, what are they doing that's good? What are they doing that's bad? And what can my company or the struggling company that I've got now do that's different? And it's a niche in the
Mhm.
market that can make them stand out in the crowd from all them. Then once it's worked out what it is, then how do I implement that and give me a 90-day plan and break it down individually, that whole 90-day plan about how you can do that straight away. They're the first things I would do. Pretty much competitor analysis and have a look at the business and go, what can I do? And some businesses, depending on what it is, and it's not using AI these days. AI is not going to replace you, and it's not going to replace a business. Businesses that use AI are going to be enhanced, and then businesses that use it are going to replace the businesses that don't use it because they're going to be enhanced. That's 100% going to happen down the track, and it's already happening as we speak.
I love the idea with the 90-day plan. We've all heard about it. Really great reminder. Thank you. I know what I'm going to do today on Sunday. I definitely need to update my 90-day plan for my AI marketing and podcast done for you business. So thank you for that. So we're slowly coming to an end, but I have about maybe three more questions for you here. So self-made entrepreneurs like you, they often sacrifice a lot behind the scenes. What has building this life actually cost you personally?
Personally, I guess like any business owner, it costs you time. Time is your biggest thing, and you get to your age as you get a little bit older. When you're younger, time is you got plenty of time in your life. You're not going to have any issues, but you don't think you're going to have any issues. There's like much time as your life. But as you get a bit older, you've got to go, well, where can I use my time wisely? And and I go back to my morning routine. I use my morning routine properly, and then when I get to the end of the day, I go, that's it. I stop my work, and that's it. And I spend time with my family, because back in the early days, it wasn't like that. I would do work till 10 o'clock at night. I'm starting in the next one, and just forget about everything else. But the family suffered, and that's what's
Mm.
cost me. But I realised very early in business that I needed to change what I did, expand, so I can get that family time back. And I've got that family time back now, which is good. So I
Mm.
kind of really make sure when I'm with the family, it's family time. When I'm with work, it's work time. So, but if you go back to the question of what it's cost me, it cost me some time with the family early, and now I'm making that back. And I realized very quickly that is a big thing. Like, you've only got one family, you want to spend much time as you possibly can with, but it's got to be quality time as well.
Yeah.
So I've really found that early to be the case. You know what I mean? So
I loved how you also shared with me backstage the story how you were in China, in Beijing, on the Great Wall, FaceTiming the family, sharing special moments with them in a different kind of way.
yeah, that was a bit special when you get me on one of the seven wonders of the world and you're FaceTiming your own children. Like, that was it was snowing too. There was a little bit of snow around. It was pretty cold, but it was a nice experience. Yes. Yeah.
Beautiful. Um, Since I've met you in LA in November, you have been hired to speak on different like panels. I think you were on the Gold Coast, New York's coming up. Tell me a bit more about like people reaching out to you so you can speak about renewables, about AI.
I recently was on a panel pre-Christmas about renewability, and I touched on how AI can help with that. And since I've been on that panel, I've been asked to go on another panel to talk about AIs and renewables in depth. And that's coming up in May in our local area. So it's just about business owners, how they can utilize AI in their day-to-day business to help enhance their business, save money, take cost money straight away. If you can save $10,000, again, like I said before, that $13,000, you just take that straight off your bottom dollar. That's money straight in the bank. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
For a business owner straight away. So we're talking about how AI can do that. So yeah, it's nice being asked to be on that. It's not something I haven't got any egos or about where I need to be. I'm the bigger person. It's not me at all. I prefer to share all my information I can with anybody and everyone succeed. I'm not like to try and keep things close to my chest. I want to help as much people as possible, especially business owners, because we all need help from time to time. And AI is a way that can happen. It can happen quickly and efficiently, and it gives you another sounding board straight away. It gives you a sounding board to go, what about this idea? What about this idea? As business owners like yourself, you kind of know, yeah, things roll around your head and they don't stop sometimes. Like, sometimes you lie awake at night bouncing ideas off the roof and going, who could I talk to about that? This is what happened to
Mhm.
me previously before I found coaching. And now I've got coaching and AI. I've got an idea. I just run it straight into AI and get opinion from it straight away. And I go, oh, yeah, that's a good idea. That's not a good idea. Or, yeah, it is. How can I make it better? Go vertical, go vertical. We can make it better. But I never did that before. So with AI, there's two ways of it. One, how it can save money in your day-to-day business, i.e., say time, use, using power at cheaper times, eco mode. Power's expensive, pulling yourself back, not using as much. Power's cheap, using heaps more. And then strategic ways. So there's two different ways that we can use AI. So being on that panel in May would be great. I'll be able to express that and show that to people how everyday business owners can do that in our local area.
Impressive. Seems like you're unstoppable with all of the resources you have in your hands now. Okay, I promise. Last two
That's
questions,
the
and I'm
question.
not going to let you enjoy the Sunday with your family. When everything is stripped away, no titles, no revenue numbers, no accolades, what do you want people to say Matthew Jones stood for?
We stood for doing things the right way. We done things right. We did what we say we are going to do. We were there after the fact. We helped people. If they need assistance afterwards, we were around. We helped them save money. We helped them. And it's not about saving money for the sake of saving. It's about what else could you do if you had that time or that money back. And I'd like to be able to go back and say, well, I helped that person spend more time with his family, go on a vacation, go and start that business opportunity. That money that they saved on their business, they helped start their daughter's business and had that opportunity to do that. Those kind of things that we are really not. They're the kind of things I want to be able to be remembered for. Just to being able to being a person that can be counted on. If you say you're going to do something, do it. I guess it's just having a high standard, and it's the standard you walk past is the standard you accept. So, if I'm walking past a workshop and it's messy, I'll pick it and clean it up. I'll grab the broom and I sweep it up. And my first year apprentice sees that the CEO of the company's doing that because the standard's not there because it's right in the walkway. Because
Yeah.
they don't, I want that clean. I want that looking nice when the client comes in. So they see you do that, then they go, well, shit, I better do that next time. So
Yeah.
instead of just yelling at someone to do it for you, well, go and grab it yourself and show them you can. I would never ask anybody in any of my companies, any of my employees to do something that I wouldn't be happy to do. So.
And I think for our listeners, again, like speaking to Matthew, and today was episode 80 from Business Meets Life, we can really see this kind of mindset, these kind of values, those routines. Many of these successful business owners around the world, they have this in common. I also really loved how you were mentioning about the listen, learn, then execute. You were sharing a lot on like how even smaller business owners can really utilize AI automation, AI employees or agents, how we call them, to level up in their business. I love the example how you have really shown that when your business was struggling, you had to turn around by changing your mindset and also like becoming coachable and asking for help, getting someone who's more successful to coach you to become more successful, to get your time back with your family. So I really appreciate you spending the time with us. So for the global audience in here, we have business owners from around the world, from the US to Australia, China, actually many places around the world. We have people who want to become successful like you. Who should reach out to you? Who should connect with you?
Anybody that wants to know more about how you can help save energy in regards to your business, that's the biggest number one straight away. You can help. I can help anybody anywhere in the world do that. Just by advice is free. You know what I mean? I've helped so many people over the years by just giving some advice. And it comes back in multiple ways. You don't need to be charging people for advice when you can give it to them for free. And because it comes back in more ways than one. They'll have a referral for somebody else. It will come back in more ways than one, I always believe. So if people need to learn about how AI can help themselves within their business in strategic ways, also on how they can look at energy. Everyone in business uses energy. Have you looked at your energy bills lately? That's one biggest thing straight away we can do. Help straight away people, straight off the get-go. And it may cost you nothing, and you can save yourself $13,500 like one of our clients straight away by just giving us a chance, you know what I mean? So it's not always a case of having to do something, physically a service or a product. It's just about advice. That's one thing. And the whole thing with the AI is about what you can strategically do in your business and what you can do from an AI perspective with power straight away. So they're the two things I would reach out for straight away. If people want to know more, quite happy.
Amazing. Okay, we're gonna let you go back and enjoy your Sunday, guys. Sharing is caring. Please follow Matthew. He's Matthew Jones. He's on LinkedIn. He's on Instagram. We're gonna put all of his links and his website in the description later on. Sharing is caring. Please send today's session to your friends, to your colleagues. Give us a like. Give us a comment. Join us tomorrow. Tomorrow it's actually gonna be me with a solo episode, sharing a little bit more about branding and visibility, which is a very important topic. It's something that Matthew's also doing. He's all around the world now, also like speaking on stages and panel discussions. So yeah, happy Sunday. Thank you so much to you, Matt, and bye, guys.
Thank you. Thanks for having me on.